Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Thursday, September 20th, 2018. Welcome back to the show, and apparently a lot of people want to hear what I have to say directly to that Verge video, so that's what we're going to be doing for tomorrow's bonus show. Oh, and a little correction if you didn't see it yesterday, it's Android 17 joining Dragon Ball FighterZ, not Android 19. They're two completely different characters, and I can't numbers. If you want to learn more about today's episode, or if you want to skip around, timestamps along with their reference links are all in the description below. Today we start with something that should not be news, but because it's Valve, even the most benign things end up being today's top story. Starting next Tuesday, Valve will begin to moderate their discussion forums, something that they should have been doing the entire fucking time. Oh good, maybe now they'll finally get rid of Laptop 65. You know, that Steam mod who's okay with pedophilia? He, for whatever reason, does not get the idea that he is no longer welcome on Steam, and he gets off on whatever power he has there. But enough about that, let's get back to why this is even happening at all, and brace yourselves, this is a big one. Valve is citing developers as their reason for this decision, wanting to give them more time for game production and less time to have to oversee their Steam community. Their attitude previously was they didn't want to interfere if a developer wanted to run their community a certain way. And while I do understand the laissez-faire attitude, that is the exact same thinking that got us into this mess in the first place. So what do I think? I like it, I really do. Do I think it will change anything? No. Do I think this is a good thing? Yes. It simply won't change anything because you can't stop toxic people from acting toxic, but what it means is that Valve will finally have some awareness as to what's going on their own forum. Valve wants to note that they will not be actively looking through every game's discussion, but rather springing to life when something needs to be done immediately, like banning somebody, which to be fair, is reasonable. Hiring people to constantly go through every single topic created is simply not possible. For you and for me and for other average Steam users, we won't see any changes directly, other than maybe a quicker response time if we see somebody that is blatantly breaking the rules. Do you think there'll be some other change, or do you think that we won't see much and this might actually help developers? Please share your thoughts. This next one isn't really a second top story, but it's about Valve, so it's going here. France has fined both Valve and Ubisoft over their refund policies. Now you might be thinking this is similar to when Australia sued Valve because at the time they had no refund policy in place. And no, not at all. This is new and taking into consideration Valve's current refund policies. France is arguing Valve is not clear enough on their 14-day return limit, asking them to pay $171,000 France also has a law that negates the 2-hour playtime stipulation, so I think you could see then how the 14-day limit could be easily abused. Now personally, I don't think such a fine is deserving as long as the policy is in place and Valve acts on it without question. I don't believe a store should have to bring extra attention to their policies, especially when it's one that could be easily abused, which I agree with. Though this is a completely foreign country and their laws may be stricter in some places than others, so it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. If there's any more information, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on News Cartridge. Oh, and the reason why I didn't talk about Uplay is because Ubisoft has no refund policy, and in my opinion, deserves everything coming to them. Moving on from there, if you're looking for something new to play this weekend, then how about giving an Ubisoft game a try? Ghost Recon Wildlands is free for the next few days for Xbox Live Gold subscribers. In release announcements, Arena of Valor is coming to Nintendo Switch on Tuesday, September 25th. And then we have a delay of the Owlboy Special Edition in North America, and it seems to be a problem with customs, though it wasn't explained exactly what the issue is. The developers say the issue is being worked on, and instead of September 28th as they originally intended, it will now release on October 19th. On to update news with PUBG getting a ranking system, a new UI, the ability to pick the specific map that you want, and most important to me, a skin trade-up system. Right now it's only being tested on the test server, and PUBG Corp expects it to hit the live server this October. Next is driver updates for Nvidia cards as RTX, the new ray tracing technology, has been turned on for the 3 cards that have it. Even though most people don't have their 2080 yet, the 2080 Ti doesn't ship until next week, and the 2070 isn't even for sale yet. Even if you have the card, it doesn't do you any good either because no games support ray tracing technology yet. Then an update to a game that isn't even out yet, Red Dead Redemption 2, and the reason why we're hearing a lot about it lately lately is because Rockstar practically has no competition for the month of October. Announced today is a first-person mode that will be available from the very start of the game, so just like GTA 5, you can complete the entire game that way if you so choose. Moving on from there, we have some new information on the Nintendo Switch online subscription, and it's being reported that the filter for the NES games is corrupting displays permanently. Multiple users have confirmed the same thing, and this is not your typical burn-in that we would expect to see because the pixels are live and it looks like it's still trying to render something. Thankfully, this is easily fixable by restarting the NES games with the filter off. All these things indicate this is more than likely a bug of some sort, and Nintendo should be able to fix it by pushing a patch in the future. So if this is happening to you, don't worry, it's not a big deal, you did not ruin your Switch. Then here we have Sony saying they will continue to produce Vitas through next year, but after that they will cease production and have no plans for a predecessor. This means just as Nintendo is reviving handheld gaming, Sony is backing out of the market, which I think is a terrible idea for them. Personally, I would love to see more consoles follow in the footsteps of the Switch, even if it means lesser hardware. I would take portability with the option to play it at home with ease any day. Again, I want to know what you have to think. Is Sony in the right and handheld gaming is not something your average gamer wants? Or do you think Nintendo is on the ball and portability is where it's at? Please share down below. Quickly, I want to cover this one as a bit of a public service announcement. You should be aware of third-party sites offering foot coins for FIFA 19 because buying or selling coins at any of these sites could get your account permanently banned. It seems there's a ton of these sites around and they're designed to easily fool you, so my best advice is to be extremely careful when spending your money on FIFA 19. Finally today, I want to cover this one because it's something I found myself and it's something I'm pretty sure is breaking Steam's terms of service. While going through games for the game releases coming up next, I came across this one that looked very familiar. This is Fruit Pop, and it looks exactly like the asset flips Digital Homicide used to make. I had a friend look into this, and it's somehow not them, they just managed to capture Digihom's shitty style. Scrolling further down the page suggests that they were indeed taking lessons from the gruesome twosome, as this brand new game from a brand new developer is advertising trading cards, saying help the game out by giving positive reviews, which will help unlock the trading card grant, not only asking for positive reviews, but also showing some of Valve's developer policies, both of which are big no-nos. So I say to Miracle Games, the makers of Fruit Pop, I would take that crap down before Valve notices and then bans you instantly. They have a hair trigger when it comes to this sort of thing. I've seen it happen too many times. Get ready, because it's time for tomorrow's game releases. For PC, Wizard's Tourney, Stockpile, Spellroom, Realm of Portals, and My Brother Rabbit. For PlayStation 4, 8-Bit Armies and My Brother Rabbit. For Xbox One, Anodyne, 8-Bit Armies, My Brother Rabbit, and Wenjia. For Nintendo Switch, I Am the Hero, My Brother Rabbit, The Banner Saga Trilogy, Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse, and Debris Infinity. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And what did the bow tie say to the top hat? You go on ahead. I'll hang around. That was a classy joke. Click up here to watch today's bonus cartridge, which is me talking about random stuff. Click over here to watch yesterday's episode, which is about Sony announcing the mini PlayStation Classic. Both of those links are in the description down below, and click over here to subscribe to my wonderful, wonderful channel. Thank you. See you tomorrow for Friday. Bye-bye.